Shry205 here for The Geek Life, and I am here with an amazing cosplayer. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I go by Apotheosis Cosplay online. My real name is JoJo Rain.
So I'm really familiar with a lot of your work, but for those who aren't familiar, what kind of cosplay do you do?
So primarily video game characters from games that I personally love and play. So Warcraft, Diablo, League of Legends for the most part. I'm fortunate that I have my very own Blizzard artist right here in the house with me. So a lot of times I'll cosplay designs that Glenn has done. So for example, Valera Sanguinar was one of them. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what is one of your favorite cosplays that you've done and why?
You know what? This is always such a tough question because it's like picking your favorite child, right? We always put so much blood, sweat, and tears into each and every costume, and every single one is sort of a unique learning experience just because I always like to try out different materials and techniques, and so they each sort of have a special significance. Valero was my first, and so that one has some, special place in my heart for that reason. Jolira, which is sort of what we call Valera's evil twin. It's a Warcraft rogue character that was designed for the WoW TCG. She was, she's pretty special to me and Glenn because she's, kind of just a silly character that we made up, and then, yeah.
Okay, that is awesome. So with cosplay, what has been one of the hardest things for you?
I think a lot of artists struggle with this, and I think part of it is just confidence in a sense, because you see so many awesome cosplayers out there. You see such amazing artists. And this might sound really bizarre and off topic, but I promise you I'm getting to like an actual point. But so one of my favorite shows is Chef's Table. And on one of the episodes, they have a monk on there, and she says that creativity cannot exist where there's a jealous and comparing mind. And so I'm paraphrasing her, but essentially I think what I had to learn to get past was, if you're too afraid to put yourself out there, to stand by your own work, and you're constantly comparing yourself negatively to other people, then you're just going to handicap yourself and you'll never get anywhere with it. So kind of just having trust in your own work and standing behind it. Just sometimes when something's not going right, it's frustrating. Just pushing through it. That's been really key.
Right, that is awesome. And now just quick silly question. If you could choose any video game character, likely from Blizzard, to come out and be in real life with you and be your best friend forever, who would it be?
I'd have to go back to Jolira again. I always keep hoping. I mean, you know what? The closest thing that came to it, I think, was probably in Heroes of the Storm. They have the alternate colorways for Valera, and one of them's kind of that purple and silver gray. I was like, ooh, that's like almost Jolira, Yeah, I think probably her, just because, again, she is, has such a special place in my heart and in Glenn's.
Well, that is awesome. And where can we find you online?
I'm mostly on Instagram these days. I will be the first to admit I'm terrible at keeping up with social media. I think the last time I tweeted was in 2010, so I am trying to get better about updating. I'm also really bad about posting progress photos, so definitely poke at me.
Okay, and that is Apotheosis Cosplay, right?
Correct.
And how do you spell that?
Yes, Apotheosis.
And thank you guys so much for watching. This is the amazing JoJo Rain.
I like it.